So, since I am the biggest genius ever laid foot on planet Earth after Einstein, and Elon Musk follows, it's Albert, Angelo, Elon, I read a book about Visual Basic and I managed to create a game entirely from scratch in 1 hour and 48 minutes. I'm joking. It took me 2 hours and 45 minutes. The game is a remake of an old MS-DOS game called Draglords. Draglord. It was a text-based game with no graphics at all. No smoke coming out of my ears this time. The procedure went smoothly. I was able to integrate all standard file types. The source code of my game is available for free download and you can find it in the description. So here is the main code. You can just download the code and see it by yourself. I just want to point out a thing or two. The way this game operates is very easy. You find yourself in a marketplace. All those here are local market prices of guns and drugs. You can buy and sell whatever you like, and then you can fly to another city where all prices are randomized, and in that way you either make money or you lose money. The first thing you do is to choose player. You can choose any of those players that were inspired from the movie Reservoir Dogs. This Polish variable sets up an initial city for when the game starts, and those variables below are random numbers that the guns and the drugs take upon initiation. Here is the form of traveling, and this loop below the play sound command checks upon traveling your current cash and bank deposits and your current level status, and if conditions are met, it takes you to the new level status. It checks also your health and your general condition. If, for example, your cash are less than 1 and your deposits are 0 and your health is in bad condition, then you simply die. Or if your health is 0, you pass away right away. And here, this G variable generates a random number between 1 and 19, because even if the round number is 0, it adds 1, so it starts from 1. And depending on the random number, an event occurs, like for example, the police might show up, or the mafia boys might show up, or street junkies might show up and steal your cash, or other random incidents are happening because of this G variable right here. Sometimes some messages pop up and say, for example, there are no wars going on, so factories are not producing guns, and thus the gun prices go high since there are no guns in the marketplace. Here we have the Loan Shark form where you can borrow or pay back some money. And when you press the button to pay back, it just checks how much money you owe, and it either takes care a part of your debts, or it pops up a message saying you owe less, or you take care all your debts if you pay all of them. Here we have the bank form. The withdraw button, for example, brings up form 14, and the button in form 14 makes those calculations, just checks to see how much money you have in the bank and deduct the amount accordingly. Or again pop up a message that your input is wrong. This is the Visual Basic version that I used. This is the winning form. If you win, Scarface pops up along with my song, Alaska, that plays also in the beginning of the game. And let's see, for example, what happens when you click on a gun in order to buy it. It just checks if you do have money to buy at least one gun of that type. If not, it pops up a message that you don't have enough money to buy a Leon. If you do have money, it proceeds to the calculations, changes the captions on the next form, where you can choose how many guns of this type you will buy. This form 22 here, label 6 caption, is the next form that loads up in order to input the quantity of this specific gun that you want to buy. I am going to play the game now a little bit so you can see how it looks and feels.
This is grade A, 100% pure Colombian cocaine, ladies and gentlemen.
You choose a player between those 6 players. I chose Mr. White. And you start with 100 cash and status level 1. Your goal is to get to status level 5, where the game ends. So the game started in Houston. I am going to buy some drugs. You must be familiar with the marketplace to be able to recognize if something is cheap or expensive. I bought 5 pieces of ecstasy. And the only possible option here is Dallas because it costs 24 and I have only 25 cash. A random event occurred which changes the variables and the market prices. If you can see now, marijuana has even lower price than the drug below, chocolate. Marijuana has 18 and chocolate has 20. So now I'm going to sell my possessions, and as you can see I made one extra dollar or euro, whatever you want. I had 100 and now I have 101. So this doesn't help a lot. It's time to go and borrow some money from the loan shark. On each level you have a specific maximum amount of money that you can borrow. On level 1 the maximum is 100. I just went ahead and borrowed 100. And I'm going to buy mushrooms. 30 mushrooms. As you can see, if I attempt to buy any guns, all buttons are deactivated because I don't have so much money. Each time this window opens, it checks your current cash and enables only those guns that are possible to be bought by you, given your current financial state. I will buy some more mushrooms and just leave 26 cash, which should be enough to travel to another city, and it is enough. As you can see, traveling now costs just 25. And I have a debt, but I hold 35 pieces of drugs. In the selling form, the only enabled drugs are those that you possess, those that you hold, Now I have 386, so I made 186 money. My debt increased because it has an interest, as everything in life. The loan shark borrows you money with an interest, which is applied each time you fly to another city. That is why my debt is now 108, although I borrowed just 100. Let's buy some chocolate because it is very cheap. It's even cheaper than the drug below. And speed is also cheap. And I was involved in a gunfight, and thankfully I'm alive but with a few scratches, so my health should decrease, and it decreased indeed, 91. My health is now 91%. And now my cash increased even more. I have 569. I will buy some ecstasy because it's very cheap. My debt increased also. It's time for me to visit the hospital and regain full health. I have to pay 11 in order to get back to 100%. I don't want to hold a lot of cash because a street junkie might show up and steal all my cash. It's not wise to keep a lot of cash. It's always better to deposit in the bank. The same incident happened while traveling. I bought some cheap speed. I will sell my speed. I'm not very happy with the current price, but that would be enough to make me some more cash. My cash are increasing. I started with 100 and I have 736. It's time to pay back the loan shark. Chocolate is kind of cheap. Let's fly over to San Diego. Another random incident just happened. Mafia is chasing me. You have those three options. If you choose surrender, the game will simply end. If you choose to run, there are higher chances that you escape, but less chances that you earn something out of this situation. If you choose to fight, there are higher chances that something bad might happen to you, but there are also chances that you beat them and you take all their cash for yourself. So it's a question of whether you want to risk. If you fight, there is high risk, high reward. If you run, there is low risk, low reward. Heroin is very cheap. Let's fly to Pittsburgh. Mafia once more chasing me. I choose to run because we are in the early level of the game and I don't want to risk. My health decreased dramatically. I have to pay 62 in order to get back to 100% health status. I needed to buy some money in order to be able to buy this type of gun. And now look what happens. I was lucky. The gun prices increased dramatically, and I will be able to make a lot of cash by selling the guns that I bought around 300. I will sell them now more than 2000 each. And now, as you can see, I have 4532 cash money. Let's buy some heroin, which is again cheap. And I decided that I will deposit the rest of my cash in the bank. And thank God I did that, because as you can see, a street junkie hits me in the head and takes my wallet. 0 cash. But thankfully, I made a deposit and I didn't lose much. You have to deposit your money in the bank, otherwise street junkies or mafia boys might show up and steal all your money. If someone hurts you, you better visit the hospital in order to regain full energy, so you won't be in a risk of dying, because once your energy reaches critical levels, there are some chances that you might die. All those events of you getting hurt or being robbed are happening during your traveling. If you are in a need of money, you can visit the loan shark, who can borrow you some money with interest. Make sure to return the borrowed money with the first chance, especially if you are in the early levels of the game, because if by accident the mafia boys show up, they might cause you severe damage. They can also double up or triple up the money you owe them by just bullying you. So make sure you pay back the loan shark with the first chance. I implanted some sounds and a song of mine. You can listen to the full song, the link is in the description. So this is how the game operates, more or less. I will let you discover the rest by yourself. If you found any bugs, let me know, preferably send me a screenshot and I'll try to fix them. The current version of the game consists of 5 levels. On each level, the money you can borrow from the loan shark change, along with some other parameters, and your goal is just to reach level 5, where the game ends. Okay, that was it. I hope you enjoyed. I underline that I am not a professional programmer. Don't ask me to help you with your programming project or with a delivery that you have in the university. Programming is something that I really like and even miss sometimes. But my first priority is music. So, don't subscribe and just evacuate.